It's a little more common these days, but still, he's a strikeout per inning type of guy.
Well, I hear you about the strikeouts. A lot more guys striking out today, but when you consider having the ability to get that strikeout, particularly when you needed a man on third, less than 2 outs, situations where, yeah, maybe you're not a real high strikeout guy, but just knowing you have the swing and miss stuff in a big spot, I think it's real critical, and he's got it.
Ke'Bryan down on strikes.
He came out of his mechanics there. Typically likes to shoot the ball the other way, but that time a little anxious.
Bryan Reynolds here. Hot shot to third. Beatty to first, and they take care of Reynolds for the out. Here's the Pirates lineup now. And with their ace on the mound today, they're just looking to provide him a little bit of run support, and they'll see what they can do for him.
Boog, you have to be really careful when you've got a guy like this on the mound for you to not become a spectator. You know that he doesn't give up a whole lot, but sometimes guys get a little too comfortable and don't have an urgency to score runs. You have to make sure you put him in a situation where he can get the W, but also you guys can cruise to the finish line and not have to worry about a comeback in the end.
Next pitch misses way outside. Now with the shift on, hits right into it. Tosses to first, and McCutchen is out. And the Pirates go 1-2-3. And 1-2-3 go the Pirates. Now the Mets offense will go to work for the first time. No score. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. Back here with my pal Singy. And pitching in this game, Paul Skeens. Chris, how about a scouting report?
Well, he's been a real quality starter for his club. And coming into this one, what stands out for me is that right-handed hitters have really struggled, batting below 200 on the year. It seems that they have a hard time picking up his release point and tracking the ball into the zone. So we'll see how right-handers do against him in this one.
O'Neal Cruz. He's the new shortstop as he comes in as a defensive replacement here. We go to the bottom of the first. And stepping in for New York, Francisco Lindor. Maybe not an elite level switch hitter, but still a guy. Some contact and just success as a hitter from both sides of the plate. That one in triple digits.
Well, he doesn't get too big with the swing. He knows how to hit behind runners, and those are guys that can just smell that RBI. So when you're talking about a consistent player like this that can give you good at-bats from each side of the plate, that's the guy that you're going to see many times coming up big.
And now it's Juan Soto. Swing and a miss, and 102 on the radar gun. One out, base is empty. And it remains 2-2. Strike three, and that's 2 in a row.
Well, anytime you can punch out the top two guys in a lineup to start an inning, you've got to be feeling pretty good out there on the mound, because when you think of just having a distraction, table setters on the base paths, and all of a sudden you're dealing with the number 3 hitter, any distraction can cause you to serve up a cookie, and instead of it being a solo shot, it's a 2 or 3 run homer.
Here's Pete Alonso.
Looks really sharp at the start of this one. This is how it's going to be today. It's going to be a tough one for this lineup.
Got him. Strikes out the side to begin the game. What a start. Nothing for the Mets in the first. Second inning coming up from Citi Field. 0-0 here on the show. Top of the second. Here's Joey Bart now.
The designated hitter, Joey Bart.
Ball to strike. The pitch. Oh. Line drive, caught.
That swing right there tells me he's seeing the ball pretty well. I know it didn't produce a hit, but he made solid contact, and that's all you're looking to do anytime you're at the plate.
Matt Gorski, the next Pirate to hit. It's interesting he plays kind of a power spot defensively, but runs pretty well. So when you're looking at that position, you're not expecting someone that has maybe above average speed, but he does. Base hit. So a man aboard now with one away.
Batting sixth, shortstop O'Neill Cruz.
Here's O'Neill Cruz.
And I think that skill set really upgrades the position, because when you have that kind of speed, it makes the whole team that much better.
Swings and misses. Had him way out front of the slur. Now it's Alexander Canario. That one hit to right. And that is that. So one left for Pittsburgh. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Back here in Queens, bottom of the second. Here's Brandon Nimmo.
Center fielder, Brandon Nimmo.
And that's outside. And a count 2-1. And there's a foul ball.
Some real good life going through the zone on that one.
Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Two now. That one missed.
Wow, triple digits on the gun. I know there are more pitchers that can reach that now than in the past, but it's still impressive to watch.
Outside, and that is ball four. And that's how they get their first base runner of the game.
Very close off the outside corner. Could have easily been called a strike in that location.
And now it's Mark Vientos. Sliced hard but foul. And that one is lifted in the air. Reynolds makes the grab, one away.
Batting sixth, left fielder, Jeff McNeil.
And now here's Jeff McNeil. Slashed foul down the right side. That'll hook off into the seats. Pickoff throw. And he's back safely. Man at first, one away.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Fights that one away. Still 1-2. That's a little bit low.
Well, he might have to look for a different put-away pitch right here, 2-2. He's already seen the curveball a couple of times in this at-bat, so might have it timed up and ready for it.
Got him. He's notched 4 strikeouts now.
No, just a beautiful fastball on the inside corner for that backwards
Batting
K right
seven.
there. I think the
Catcher,
hitter saw it all the way
Francisco
coming from that opposite
Alvarez.
arm angle. So I got to think he was looking away and just got locked up by the hard stuff boring in on his hands.
Two outs. Runner on the move. This one in the air. Nabs it, and that'll do it. Mets leave one. We'll move to the third with no score. Back here at Citi
Leading off for
Field,
the
out of the third
Second
inning.
baseman,
Here's Adam Frazier. And that's in the dirt. And it's 2-1.
No, that's a ball.
First pitch strike from the pitcher, but then no panic at all by the hitter. Very patient, showing good discipline. Now he's in the driver's seat with the 3-1 count.
It's a leadoff walk, and that's the go-ahead run.
Maybe a little loss of focus on the mound right
Batting
there.
ninth,
Pretty much
catcher,
gifted him
Henry
first base with
Davis.
a quick free pass.
So next to the plate for Pittsburgh, Henry Davis. That misses the zone. 2-1.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Swing and a high fly ball left field. And there's one away.
Now batting third baseman Ke'Bryan Hayes.
Back to the top of the lineup. Now batting Ke'Bryan Hayes. And when you talk about elite defensive third baseman, this guy is at the top of the list. And there's a ball.
This guy plays third base like he's a shortstop, and he welcomes the difficult play. Can throw from so many different.
Runner on the go. Cut out and miss. And that's a stolen base. Not even close.
You know what? I like the aggressiveness right there. It looks like it's going to be tough to score in this one. Really good pitching so far. So why not try to put some pressure on him and see if you can steal the bag, get into scoring position.
Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. To the right side. Throws to first in time. Got the out.
Now batting right fielder Brian Reynolds.
So the go-ahead run in scoring position. Brian Reynolds, the next Pirate to hit. Got the bat going too soon. It's strike 2.
Then he really sells the changeup with that arm action.
That's towards center. Nimmo makes the catch, and that's the third out. Pirates leave one, and we're still knotted at 0. And welcome back to the
Leading
ballpark.
off for
Bottom of the
Mets,
inning, and
third
stepping in for New York,
baseman,
Brett Beatty.
Beatty.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Now 5 strikeouts for him on the mound.
Oh, that high four-seam fastball has become such a staple as a strikeout pitch over the years. And what's so tough as a hitter is that you see it extremely well. The problem is the velocity and spin rate just happens to jump by you. You expand your zone, you don't stay tall on the backside, and you're really not even able to make contact. If you do, many times it's a pop-up.
Swing and a miss at 100 miles an hour. Still tied at 0, last of the third. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. One down, base is empty. Swing and a miss. And he's down on strikes. And that's 6 Ks for him in this one. And, Chris, that's a way to neutralize his speed by keeping him off base.
And the defense breathes a sigh of relief because he puts pressure on everyone if he can put the ball in play. But that's how you do it. Keep him off balance, get him out of there, and deal with the next guy.
So the batting order turns over. Francisco Lindor up now for the Mets. Swing and a base hit. And that extends the inning.
Everything came together for him. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit.
Juan Soto now. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Well, Chris, through the early stages, he hasn't been very efficient in terms of the pitch count. He's going to need to get some quick outs if he's going to get deeper into this game. 2 outs. Squirts away a little bit. It is interesting, though, when you consider the way the game is run now. Doesn't even matter that much if your starter doesn't go that deep because teams are really aggressively building their bullpens. That one misses, and it's a full count. 2 gone, but the go-ahead run is at first here in the last half of the third. High fly ball, pretty well struck out towards right center. That's back, and it is gone. That was blasted to the moon. His second homer this series, and just like that, they're out front. It's 2-0. He absolutely feasts on right-handed pitching and devours that one for a homer.
And you can see that's what he expects of himself at bat after at bat. He's that confident.
Let's break out the StatCast numbers. At Singy, it tells us this home run was projected at more than 450 feet.
Yeah, and not many players can hit home runs as far as this one. That's a special feeling, and I'm sure he was giggling a little bit as he was jogging around the bases. That was one heck of a swing he put on the baseball.
2 outs, nobody on. And next for the Mets, Pete Alonso. Swings through that one for strike 2. Outside, 2-2. High fly ball lifted in the air right field. Reynolds gets under it. And that ends the inning. Mets add 2 runs on this blast. It's now a 2-0 ball game. Major League Baseball is on the show. And we're back.
Leading
on
off
the 4th. Here's
left
McCutchen.
fielder Andrew McCutchen.
Well, after scoring runs, this is where you're looking for that shutdown inning. Get that hot team back in there to swing the bats.
The 1-1 is fouled off.
He's been pitching well, but going through this middle of the order second time through, we'll see what kind of adjustments are being made.
Swings and misses, struck him out.
Now batting, designated hitter
This is Joey Bart. The pitch. And that's in for a strike. And the count 1-2.
Well, the offense has gotten going, and a pitcher wants to go out there, have a real quick inning, get those guys back into the dugout so those bats can stay hot.
Tapper back to the mound. 2 up, 2 down.
Up next for the Pirates, first baseman Matt Gorski.
2 outs, base is empty. At the plate for Pittsburgh, Matt Gorski. That misses the zone, and that's ball 2. Two outs, base is empty. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. Nothing doing here for Pittsburgh. They're still down. It's 2-0. Back here in Queens, bottom 4. Here's the center fielder, Brandon Nimmo.
Brandon Nimmo.
That one fouled off. Down to the dirt, swing and a miss. Davis down to first with it. In time to get him. One away in the strikeout.
Well, obviously that was nowhere near the strike zone by the time it got to the plate. And people at home watching are thinking, what's he swinging at? But I'll tell you, some of the break guys snap off these days is just devastating. It can be so tough to recognize where a pitch like that's going to end up.
So now here's the Mets DH, Mark Vientos. That one fouled off, 2-2. Fastball is outside.
Careful.
Strike 3, and the Rookie of the Year gets the strikeout.
Well, that slider was way out of the zone, and for me, it just comes down to not seeing the pitch out of the hand, not tracking it into the zone, and then also being a little bit anxious, not confident in your 2-strike approach. And so when a guy's in that position, you get him to commit early, and a lot of times you get the swing and miss, as you did right there.
That one misses. Now 2 balls and a strike. 2 down, nobody on. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Next pitch is downstairs. That one is hammered right field. Back there. And it's out of here. His second home run of the series, and they tack on to their lead. It's 3-0.
Knew what pitch he wanted to hit, spit on some other pitches in this at bat, was very patient, and it paid off.
Now the catcher up to hit, Francisco Alvarez. Just missed.
Three ball, 1 strike.
Swing and a high fly ball pulled foul, and that's out of play. Right side, hard hit. Gets it to first. That's the 3rd out. Inning over. The Mets add 1 to their lead on this solo shot. It's now 3-0. Back after this on the show. Back here at Citi Field, top five, John Sciambi with Chris Singleton.
Cruz.
And leading it off, O'Neal Cruz. The 1-1. Way inside. The 2-1. Just missed.
Now in this 3-ball count, down in the ball game, you've got to be very selective. Take your walk if they'll give it to you.
That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
Take your base.
Well, that's a really good take right there, and that's just mentally
batting,
prepared,
the
knowing that if it's
fielder,
not on the tee,
Alexander
you're going to take that
Canario.
pitch because you still have one more strike to work with. Not easy to lay off, but he did an excellent job in that plate appearance.
Going to count 1-2.
I think he was a little excited there, saw the fastball, but needed a step ladder to get to that one. He's going to have to tighten it back up if he wants to have a good at-bat.
Swings and hits one in the air out towards right field. Hauls it in, and there's one away. Now it's the second
Now batting,
baseman, Adam
second
Frazier.
baseman, Adam Frazier.
This might be a steal situation, but that's not your average catcher behind the dish. You have to be careful here.
Cruz over at first with one away. In the dirt. In there safely. And now a man into scoring position.
Well, that right there erases the chance at the inning-ending double play. So good job on the bases to move up on the wild pitch. Changes the outlook of the inning in a pretty big way.
One out and a runner at second, and we're at the top of the fifth. Swing and a drive. Deep left field. Reaching for it and brings it in. Runner tags at second, and he's up to third safely with two gone.
Now batting, catcher Henry Davis.
Henry Davis, the next Pirate to hit. Way outside, 2-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out. He picks up his fifth strikeout on the hill. Still nothing on the scoreboard for him after 5. It's the Mets 3 and the Pirates nothing. We head to the bottom of the fifth. Leading off, Brett Baty. Swinging a foul straight back.
Ball two.
Bullpen action for the Pirates. Andrew Heaney preparing to come on if needed. Majinski getting loose as well. Spoils a 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
And that one is inside. That one misses, so a leadoff walk.
Now batting, second baseman.
Man at first, nobody out.
Acuna.
Luis Angel Acuna up now for the Mets. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. Glove flip for one. Back to first, and it's over his head. Throw to first, but he beat it.
Well, no trouble getting the double play started, but clearly some trouble on that return throw to first. I'm not sure if the runner going into second had a part in that or if it was something like a bad transfer. Either way, could have been 2 outs, but instead, they got to work around a runner in scoring position now.
Here's Francisco Lindor. And that one popped in the air, left field. Cruz moving under it. And it's caught for the out.
That's a really nice play, ranging back into the outfield for that catch. We all know those can be a little tricky, especially if the wind's swirling around out there.
Here's Juan Soto. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. Coming home. He'll score easily, and it's an RBI single, and they lead by 4.
Well, here we are, third time through the order, and this is where we see the OPS jump up. Manager might have to go to the bullpen a little bit sooner than he anticipated.
Derek Shelton out of the dugout, and he will make the move. Paul Skeens gives way, and he had a tough time keeping them in the ballgame today. We'll get a new arm when we come back.
Now pitching for
on the
Pittsburgh.
mound now for the Pirates,
Number
Carmen
50.
Majinski.
Well, he's been hit pretty hard at times
Majinski.
this season, as you see with the big ERA. So this is an important outing for him to get on the right track.
And now it's the polar bear, Pete Alonso. Top of the zone for a called strike. Got him looking. Out number 3. But they pick up 1 run on the RBI single. It's now a 4-0 ball game. You're dialed into the show. And welcome back to the ballpark. All right, we go to the top half of inning number 6. And now the Pirates leadoff man, Ke'Bryan Hayes. That one missing inside. Up the middle. Handles, throws to first. Now 1 gone in the top of the 6th.
Now batting, right fielder Brian Reynolds.
B-Ray coming to the plate now. One down, base is empty. And that one wrapped foul. Pitch misses there. Now 2-2. Bases empty, one away, and we're the top half of the sixth. Just off the outside part of the plate.
He should get a pretty good pitch to hit here with the 3-hole hitter coming up if he's walked.
Foul ball, and it remains a full count.
This guy's seen 2 changeups in a row. Could be a little vulnerable for a fastball right here.
Fouled off, and they'll do it again. Struck him out looking.
No, just couldn't pull the trigger on the fastball right there, and I don't think he was taking it thinking it might be a called ball or anything. I just think he was flat out frozen. Did not expect that location, in my opinion.
And now it's Andrew McCutchen. The 1-2. Fouled off the plate. They'll do it again. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. So another good inning for him on the mound. 6 shutout innings now. It's the Mets 4 and the Pirates nothing. And we're back. And now the center fielder, Brandon Nimmo. Movement in the bullpen. Andrew Heaney loosening up in case he's called upon by Derek Shelton. That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
Well, he tried to nibble right there and just missed his spot. Hitter didn't offer at it. Now he has somebody to worry about over at first.
So a man at first. Now here is Mark Vientos. On the ground, right side. Has some trouble with it. Still able to get it there in time. And that's out number 1 on a tough play.
Man, who doesn't love a sweet bare hand play like that? That was amazing.
Jeff McNeil stands in. Swings through it for the K. That's the first sweeper we've seen today, and the batter made a mess of it.
Now batting.
And here's the catcher, Francisco Alvarez. 2 outs and 1 in scoring position. Now this is in the air down the line. Reynolds trying to get there. That is the inning. Mets strand 1. They lead 4-0. Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Daniel Nunez. This is his 3rd time out this year. So now it's the 4-hole hitter, Joey Bart. Next pitch, a slider that misses outside.
This hitter's looking for a fastball, but I'm not sure he's going to get one. Pitcher doesn't have to challenge him. If he feels better about his off-speed secondary stuff, then stay with it.
That's off the mark, and now 3-1.
3-1.
On the ground, right side. And they get the leadoff hitter in the 7th.
Now batting, first baseman, Matt Gorski.
Matt Gorski, the next Pirate to hit. That's down and in. Activity in the bullpen. Genesis Cabrera appears to be getting loose. Senga warming up as well. The Mets leading by 4 here in the top half of inning number 7. And a swing and a miss.
Wow, no fair right there. I mean, that slider didn't move till the very last moment. Incredibly difficult to pick that up. Just kind of have to tip your cap on that pitch.
Up the middle. Toss to Alonso. And 2 away to start the 7th.
Good slider inside right there. Batter fighting to get there. Just rolled over it. Got the ground ball.
2 down, base is empty. O'Neill Cruz, the next Pirate to hit. And O'Neill is struck out. Starting to run out of outs as they're unable to chip away. Midway in inning number 7, and it's time to stretch. It's the Mets 4 and the Pirates nothing. Bottom of the 7th,
Leading
and stepping in for New York, Brett Baty.
Third baseman, Brett Baty.
Foul ball. That one way inside. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Next pitch, not close, up high. Gets a piece and stays alive. On the inside corner for called strike 3.
Now batting,
Luis Angel Acuna digs in now.
Acuna.
Here's a 1-1. And it's fouled away.
Look out. That ball was smoked. Man, I am so relieved that they have this netting down the lines. Just ensures safety for the fans. Last thing as a player, you want to look up and see a fan get hit.
That one missed.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. Dives, but it kicks off his glove.
Up next for the
Now
Mets,
up to hit,
shortstop,
Francisco Lindor.
Francisco Lindor.
There goes the runner. Pitch in for a strike. Throw to second. Great jump. And that is a stolen base. It wasn't even close.
Well, with that kind of elite arm he has behind the plate, man, it's a pretty big deal when you can swipe a bag against this dude. Maybe more than anything, it prevents teams from just testing him, thinking that they can even steal a base. But right here, they successfully moved that runner up to scoring position. Good job.
Swing and a miss. Had him out front for the strikeout. Now it's the right fielder, Juan Soto. He's a guy who does it all. With the lack of contact in today's game, this guy hits for contact, so he delivers average, but there's on base and slugging too. Swing and a miss. It's a ball and 2 strikes.
Early in the count, you have to be real careful because of that power. But then if this hitter gets a strike or 2 on him, he's still very comfortable. And because he has the ability to get the barrel to the baseball, he's a threat deep into the count as well.
Runner at second, 2 down. Here at the bottom of the 7th. Inside and it hit him. He had 2 strikes on him, and he hit him. And now the first baseman, Pete Alonso. He's not going to get cheated up there.
No, he's not. He's looking to do damage with every swing he takes.
There's a swing and a miss.
Well, that's today's style of baseball right there, right? Big-time velo on the bump and big-time pop at the plate.
Good job to fight that one off. 2 outs. Couple of base runners at first and second. Next pitch is outside.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Swing and a miss. Couldn't catch up to the heater. 2 left for the Mets, but they're in front 4-0. Back here at Citi Field, we're the top of the 8th. At the plate for Pittsburgh, Alexander Canario. And 1-2.
He has a tendency to chase out of the zone, and that slider that's down, that's one of his money pitches to get that swing and miss.
And a ground ball to first. Alonso takes it himself, and that's 1 away as the leadoff man is out in the 8th.
Adam Frazier.
Adam Frazier getting ready to hit. The Pirates down by 4, and we're in the top of the 8th. Splits the plate, and that is strike 2. Way inside, and that hit him. He had him 1-2, and he ends up hitting him with a pitch.
Henry Davis.
Here's the Pirates catcher now, Henry Davis.
Now, these guys definitely looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap. But, you know, at the very least, if you could find a way to manufacture that run from first, it feels like it's really important to getting back into this ball game.
Ground ball left side could be 2. He flips it to second in time. Double play. They can't seem to break through. Inning over. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left. Home half of inning number 8 straight ahead. It's the Mets 4 and the Pirates nothing. So they turn to the veteran pitcher in this spot, Andrew Heaney.
And they felt it was time to bring on a left-handed reliever from the pen with the lefty hitter coming up. I think it's a good move. I know I never liked when opposing teams did that to me.
Now it's going to be Brandon Nimmo. Here's a high fly ball out to center. Canario settles underneath it. And out number 1 on the grab.
Now batting, designated hitter.
So up next for New York, Mark Vientos. Liner snagged at first.
Nothing you can do about those as a hitter. Even though you know that, they still drive you absolutely crazy.
Here's the left fielder, Jeff McNeil. Two down, nobody on. Here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. And that is downstairs. 3-1. Activity in Pittsburgh's bullpen. Ryan Borucki, the left-hander, is getting that big fastball of his ready to go. Holderman, the right-hander, loosening up as well. That one ripped. That's back there. He won't get there. That should be extra bases. Safely into second. He's got a double.
Well, they call that an advantage count for a reason. You're so much more likely to get something you can handle. That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you got to make them pay.
So runner at second, 2 down. Here's the catcher for the Mets, Francisco Alvarez. Check swing. Now a look down to first. And he went, says Dave Lawrence. That missed inside. 2-2.
Good slider down and in can be so hard to get on plane with. You're better off taking that pitch.
Hacked Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. Mets leave one, but they lead it 4-0.
Now pitching for
We're
the
back.
New York
It's
Mets.
the top of the ninth, and there's a new
Number
pitcher on the
34.
mound, Kodai Senga.
Kodai
And he's got a nice
Senga.
lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
Back to the top of the
Leading off
order.
for
Now the
Pittsburgh,
third baseman, Ke'Bryan Hayes.
Hayes.
Swing and a miss as he was late.
It might be time to choke up a little bit, get that front foot down early, maybe even just spread out. He's really late right now.
And a 1-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching is getting ahead in the
Up next
count.
for the
And as a
Pirates,
pitcher, it
right
really allows you
fielder,
to start
Ryan
expanding
Reynolds.
the zone. Hitters become defensive, and all of a sudden that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is, because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize what it is, and that's what leads to the strikeout.
Action in the Mets bullpen. Genesis Cabrera getting loose out there. Base is empty, one away here at the top of the ninth. Fouls it off, still 1-2. One down, base is empty. On the ground right side. Toss to Alonso. Now only one out remaining.
Up next for Pittsburgh, left fielder Andrew McCutchen.
Here's Andrew McCutchen to hit. This could end it. Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. He puts it away, and that'll do it. The Mets use three pitchers to combine for the shutout.
Well, you win this one 4-0, and it feels like you could have exploded for more offensively, but you also realize that at times it was hard to score. So you get out of here feeling good about this win. Ultimately, there was great pitching and defense to keep that other team off the board. You always feel good about a win like this.
A 4-0 shutout in this one. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew here at MLB The Show, thanks for stopping by. I'm John Shambi. Talk to you soon.